Hey Leo, how's it going? This is Alan. Thanks for coming back. Today we're gonna get looking at your energy, your recent energy. This video is being recorded on October 2025. Looking at the main energy of this reading, we'll be looking at past, present, and future. Please make sure to take only what resonates and leave out the rest. And leave me a comment down below in how this reading has resonated with you. All right, let's get started. Okay, we got the Queen of Pentacles. So we're talking about motherly, or we're talking about grounded, success. So first of all, the main energy, we're looking at the Queen of Pentacles. We look at someone who's at this moment grounded, or somebody who's trying to be grounded, very motherly, very connected to nature, very abundant. There's a lot of flowers in this, plenty of flowers. This could be, some sort of like stability. I finally only noticed this. There's a little rabbit over here. Maybe seeing a lot of rabbits lately. So if that's the case, this message is for you. So you're going through a period of a lot of success, where you feel like you can give to others, right? But then at the same time, you're not necessarily making the right choices, or you're not giving the right attention to the right people. This Lover's card over here, I gotta probably gotta cover this. I probably forgot to cover the other time. But anyways, you may be avoiding some sort of choice that you need to make at this very moment. Just the fact of like maybe overlooking a situation. And it may not even be due to a fact that in bad faith. I don't think it's bad faith, but it's just calling for your attention on it may be time for you to actually revise those choices you've been making. If you're somebody who's very motherly and you like to help a whole lot of people, this may actually be the time where you need to start retracting your resources, just so you don't get spread out thin within the people in your community, or maybe somebody close to you. With our present energy, we're looking at the Ace of Pentacles, the Death on reverse, and the Two of Wands. This may be a time for you to actually, start planning, strategizing, and be looking out for opportunities but it's almost like you have not been letting a few things go, and then because you don't let certain things go, you don't let certain things die, you don't let change come in, you may start losing certain opportunities for things that you have been strategizing and planning throughout maybe the recent past, or even the present moment. Because this is pretty much talking about past and present. That's what I picked up right now from those cards. I haven't opened up for your future influences, but this may be looking like, you're somebody very motherly, you like to take care of a whole lot of people, and people will recognize you for that. But you may be getting into a point where you may be giving too much to few people, and you may not be giving enough to others. So there may be some sort of imbalance. Maybe you're not necessarily knowing how to pick and choose who to help at this very moment, maybe because of certain ideas or situations that you may have in the past. We are creatures of habit, so we learn how to make certain decisions from past experiences. You're always necessarily, looking at the, I've done this before, this is how I fixed it, this is the approach I'm gonna take. And maybe this may be the time for you to actually get some change going, let new ideas come in, just so you can have different outcomes. And that will most likely be beneficial for you, as long as you let change come in, so you don't miss opportunities and you don't miss, a new strategy, a new venture, a new motivation. Let's get cards related to the future. Page of Cups, King of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. Page of Cups on reverse. There might be some sort of immaturity, or actually, you might have two people in this situation. Got the King of Pentacles, somebody also very abundant. This may be a Taurus kind of person, but it's someone who's very steady, who makes it like a long range decision. You think about the future and you're making certain decisions for the future. You know exactly how things are going to land. But it may be that time where you may have to make some decisions out here. And also we got the Six of Cups, which calls for nostalgia. Maybe some past love that you may had. Maybe you do that because of someone you have met in the past. So that's what you may be looking at. If we're looking into people's situations, you are most likely dealing in between somebody who's very responsible, that they can make very good decisions that will be long lasting, but you may be actually getting some sort of immaturity from people around you. This may be a younger person, more into the, they don't really know how to hold their emotions. They're very unstable. So it's someone very, very young. So it might be time to look into if people are coming to you with some sort of message and you don't take it exactly the right way, and they may be calling for you to actually make a decision that you can take it from a different angle, if you know what I mean. Let's get some do's and don'ts over here. What do we have for do's and don'ts? All right, we got the Emperor. Oh, we actually got 3 cards. Okay, cool. Leo, we're looking at the Emperor on reverse. So try to not be overly demanding or overly don't become a tyrant. This situation or this reading is for someone who actually has some sort of level of authority, and this is calling for you to not make any crazy decision, any crazy idea, because that may take very long lasting consequences down the road. We also got the Two of Swords. It may be time for you to actually, wait it out to make certain decisions, to make difficult decisions, or you may be avoiding to make a decision about something. And you also do have the Four of Pentacles, which calls for stability. You either may be it may be the time for you to actually start holding to your resources instead of, as I said previously, running yourself thin. Because not necessarily everything that you've done in the past will be a guarantee that will keep working in the future. All right, so just gotta get a quick recap for you guys. This is the Queen of Pentacles energy. Somebody very grounded, abundant, motherly, has some sort of authority when it comes to business, money, resources. So you're pretty much going through that phase. As I said, past energy, it looks like you've been somebody very successful, somebody who helps others, but you may not have been making the right decisions like to the very near past. We're looking at through the Lover's card, okay? It may be necessary that you let a few things go. You may have been reluctant to maybe some actions or ideas that have not been serving to your good. And by doing that, you may be losing some sort of opportunities, some new beginnings, that will impede you from actually strategizing and picking your motivations and trying to figure out what you're gonna do next from now on. I look at this as somebody looking at their globe. You got the world at your hands and you gotta get stuff done, but sometimes you gotta make a choice. Sometimes you gotta leave something behind in order to progress and grow something new. Some people around you may not receive you very well. They may treat you with some sort of immaturity, because they know you usually make good decisions, but that does not necessarily mean that every single decision that you have taken previously will have the same effects down the road. And that will look for nostalgia, on your Six of Cups. This may be something to consider. Again, by looking at the Emperor, try to make sure you do not become a tyrant. You may use your authority in a way that you're still being fair, and you know exactly what to say, what to do, and how to portray yourself, right? The two of Swords, we're looking at, you may be avoiding making some sort of decision. It may be time now to actually sit down and figure that out. And be holding to your resources. Leo, be holding to your resources. This may not be the time of actually shelling out a bunch of money to everybody. This shows that you have some stability, but as soon as you do something wrong, instead of losing $8, you may be losing 100, and so on. People got different ranges over here, so I can't use specific numbers. But let's throw 3 oracle cards just so we can get some sort of encouragement. So card number 1, I'm always feeling lucky. You see her holding a gun. So again, I think that will probably call you for, be precise and then shoot when needed. Just be precise and shoot when needed. They put me in charge for a reason. That's Nick Fury. They put me in charge for a reason. So this reading is pretty much talking about somebody with authority, somebody who knows what they're doing. And, they put you in charge for a reason. You have an authority for a reason. So it may be time to actually, put your foot down and think about things. I'm just looking at his head. Think about things and make good decisions from now on. And do the right thing even if no one is watching. Do the right thing even if no one is watching. That goes anywhere, quite honestly. She's pointing up. There's an arrow up. So yeah. I hope this message resonated with you. Please let me know how it did. I really want to thank you for staying until the end with me. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment. So sorry, I thought the camera stopped recording. But anyways, I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye bye.